My dearest brothers and sisters, this is Tunia speaking. I love you so very much. The channeler of these messages, AS, was recently diagnosed with a burnout. The combination of working through his youth trauma, spiritual practice, conventional work to pay the bills, light work and channelings became too much for him. Because of that, this channeler is going to focus on taking care of himself and on his own recovery. So he's going to stop channeling. There's a chance that he'll resume channeling these messages at some point. But it's also possible that he'll stop permanently, and that he'll just focus on his own recovery, happiness, spiritual practice, and other forms of light work. I understand and respect the channeler's decision. However, I and the others will miss talking to you all via these messages. That said, there is a good probability, although not a guarantee, that us galactics will finally be able to start physically meeting you this year, or perhaps the next. So then you'll finally be able to see Hakann's dance moves, which is of course the reason for this whole liberating Earth business. You see, Source has decreed that Hakann's dance moves are so sick that Earth must be liberated so that you can see them too. And that's why all this ascension stuff has been going on in the first place. You're welcome. When we meet, you'll also experience the relief of seeing for yourself that most Pleiadians are much more normal than I am. And you'll also be able to see that Hakann found a girlfriend, and that his default expression is now 40% less scowly. Although I guess it would be hard for you to compare his relative scowliness when you've never seen him before he got a girlfriend. Maybe I should ask him to carry a hologram image from a year ago, plus a grumpo-meter, so that you can verify it for yourself. If you get intimidated when you meet him, just think of him as a big, fluffy, overly muscled, 8-foot-tall teddy bear. Oh, and he's actually ticklish if you tickle him when he doesn't expect it. Although don't let him know that I told you that. It'll be our little secret. That said, I wouldn't recommend suddenly touching him if he's unaware of your presence, because then he might react out of instinct or out of old habits. Anyway, I would like to thank the channeler for his dedication, and for enabling all these conversations and connections. And I would like to thank all of you, for being such amazing wonderful people and for holding on to the light. You're an inspiration to all of us. The channeler would also like to thank you for reading the messages and perhaps for commenting on them and discussing them. It's overall been a wonderful experience for him. He also wants to comment that he's financially okay, and that the employment laws in his country are pretty kind to employees, so he'll be fine, he just needs rest. If you want to meet like-minded Earth humans, check the link below this message. Also, remember that the answers are inside you already. Turning your gaze inwards, observing and doing spiritual practice will eventually reveal diamonds inside yourself. I don't want to tire this channeler for much longer. So, with all the love of the universe, for myself and all the others here on this starship, I say to you, you're amazing. Thanks for the conversations. Hopefully we can resume our conversations face to face in the not too distant future. With all my love. Your star sister, Tunia.